Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast.
No, dude, it's one take out here.
Welcome to the Smart Nonsense Podcast where we talk about smart nonsense. One take, two takes, three takes.
Four.
All takes. Small takes? Really tough start to the pod, but most are.
No. Season of yes. Season of
Yes.
giving. It's not the season of giving, but every season could be the season of giving, right? Aren't you a giving tree yourself? Life of giving?
What have I given recently? I emptied the dishwasher when most of the dishes weren't mine.
Oh, he's
gave
keeping
that.
score.
Well, I'm just thinking because he thanked me because it was clear. Like I don't cook,
Well,
so I don't have things to clean. So if I'm doing the dishes, it ain't my dishes. So I was just bored and listening to a podcast. I really think in this new era of adults, not Lindy, keep in mind, but I do think we don't need kitchens, and I'd really like a lot more floor space. Just give me a little, like a mini fridge. I just want like an open floor plan and a mini fridge.
wait, you said in this new era of adults. Do you mean like the
Microwave.
modern era? Of...
Yeah, like today, kids don't know how to cook.
Well, yeah. You have a buddy that just discovered pasta for the first time. I don't mean to air that out live on the air, but I was seeing some tweets about the discovery of pasta. And shout out Zach, shout out Obsession. Dude, you living under a rock. He's tweeting like just discovered $5 pasta. It's the best thing ever.
Make like 10 servings, and he's like, I think he just started adding sauce to it too. So
he said he posted a picture. He posted a picture. It was like, looks like I'm making a bomb, and it was just a pot of like water and a box of like Barilla pasta. I was like, I don't know what kind of bombs you're talking about. Carb bomb.
We bombed.
Carb bomb.
Yeah. Maybe the pressure cooker. I don't know what bombs he's thinking of, but yeah, it's really good. He's learning. I stopped learning, and so I just like that floor space.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
I just got a text. You have a new
by
creator.
myself.
This is a Clipt client. We get these automated texts. HubSpot just subscribed to Clipt. So we've come
full
list of circles. The full
Wow.
3-year circles. That's how we got our start. Almost our demise. Dylan got kind of sassy with them. They left.
Right.
And now they're back. And they'll probably have a lot more success with the current state of Clipt than when we were there.
Really good.
Yeah. Wait, before we give away any trade secrets, I thought I had something about Zero. You know, my guy, Brian Johnson. Oh, dude, the Withings Smart Scale? Yeah. How long have you known about that? I found out you're holding out on me.
Well, I don't know, dude. I don't know what Withings Smart Scale you have. I just have a scale, and when I get on it, it uploads that data to my app. And it's like, you
Withings.
are fat.
Withings Smart Scale, right?
Dude, I don't know. It's Amazon Basics Smart Scale, dude.
You don't have a Withings.
I don't know what a Withings is, dude.
So one time, let me take a step back. One time on the pod, you were complaining because you got your dad a really expensive smart scale.
I think it was $20.
Okay, and then like I knew you had a scale, and you always send me pictures of your weight as a trend line, which I don't need, thank you. But it's fun. And so then I heard Zero, Brian Johnson, going through like his 10 most favorite devices, and one of them was the Withings Smart Scale. And so I started connecting all these dots, and I got the Withings Smart Scale. It's amazing. That's going to be the punchline. But I started connecting all these dots, and I see the trend line in the app, and I thought you had Withings and you were holding out on me because it's like the best new thing I've ever seen. But you just had Amazon Basics that's ripping off Withings. Dude,
I'm telling you, if you were alive like 150 years ago, you would be chugging snake oil. You're such a dummy, dude. All that matters is the weight. It's telling you like your
It tells the weather,
muscle
dude.
density, dude.
It gives you the weather. I should record it tomorrow.
Yeah.
It goes like weight,
All right, dude.
body fat percentage, muscle percentage, weather, air quality, and then it gives you an inspirational quote. Smart scale, dude. And then it sends all that to my phone.
Your new best friend.
But hey, if you want to talk about, before we get into trade secrets, chugging snake oil, which admittedly I would do.
Yeah.
Snuffleupagus, dude. You've been Snuffleupagus for 4 weeks. You
My
feel
nose
like
is fine, dude. I can't see. I just got back from Soho House because I'm fucking big spender, and it's not even under my account. I just sneak in. Pro tips for that later. But dude, I had to go in the bathroom and get some paper towels and put them in the sink and make some hot or cold compresses for my eyes. And dude, I'm a mess. I couldn't see. I had blurry vision. It was crazy. And like I've never really internalized how much not being able to see sucks. Because I was talking to some girl once.
There he is.
Once. And yeah, full circle. And she said she couldn't really see very far. And I'm like, huh. But I can't really believe her, like put yourself
Empathy.
in their shoes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's fucking, because 2020, dude. And today, the first thought I had, I'm like, whoa, she has no idea what I look like. The whole conversation. Because I couldn't make
Works
out
in your favor,
noses,
though.
dude. Yeah, but then she put on glasses at some point, and then I was kind of scared. I'm like, am I going to be better or worse than what you imagined?
Right.
And I kind of felt weird because we were pretty deep in conversation at that point.
Well, hey, so whatever the opposite of snake oil is,
I need that.
You need that because I was
On my
with you
eyeballs.
and I took you to Dwayne Reed or whatever.
Took me to the park.
It took you behind the shed. No, I took you to a CVS and made you buy CVS branded Claritin.
Yeah.
And I was like, why are you living like this? It's not the Middle Ages, and there is allergy medicine for your pollen allergy.
Dude, so I was listening last night to what's his name? Scott
Roloff or something.
No, what? No. I texted you this guy.
I know you did.
He was basically mini Steve Jobs, Scott Forstall.
Forstall.
Yeah. He doesn't have many interviews. He just has this 1 hour long interview because he was basically Steve's like right hand man. He created the whole iOS, or he like ran the team that did it. So he was just the big dog, and he talked about how Steve Jobs saved his life because he got some virus from his kid's school, and it like targeted him and his stomach, and he like couldn't eat, and he lost like 10 pounds, then 20, then 30, then 50 pounds, and he's like a light dude. So he's like dying, and Steve Jobs comes to him and he's like, "Hey, dude, Scott." He probably didn't say it like this, but he's like, "I have the world's best acupuncturist."
No.
And dude, this guy was in Stanford Hospital, and it's been like months and months and months.
Oh, he was in the hospital?
Like he was literally like dying, and people couldn't figure out how to cure him because only like 7 people a year get this thing. And all of them die. And then this acupuncturist just comes in and sticks him with all these needles, and he's like, immediately, I was cured.
Oh, whoa.
Dude. And so he's like a Stanford guy. He's a smart dude. And he's like, I couldn't believe it, but like I was puking every 15 minutes for 3 months, and immediately I stopped puking. And then like I asked the doctors, and there were 2 types of doctors how they'd respond to this because I was objectively cured. Oh,
happy birthday, dude.
One is like the new doctors. They're like, whatever, just in residency, or they're like in their 20s, 30s, whatever. He's like, they were like, that's bullshit. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but like, you probably just got better at the same time that the acupuncturist came in. So it's just correlation. But then there's a different tier of doctor, the old doctors that are like, hey, there's just a lot of medicine that we know nothing about. Like a lot of like medical stuff, like Like we just have no idea how the body works. We take our best guesses in medicine, but like I actually believe that there could be something to acupuncture because we really don't understand the body. It's like
So yeah, what we should have done for your pollen allergy is gone to the apothecary.
Apothecary, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Had them mixed together some
apoptosis.
What's apoptosis?
It's when a cell blows up.
Yeah. We should also do some bloodletting.
Could be Lindy. Lindy did say it's Lindy. Be a good hard refresh. So yeah, I don't know, dude. Well, Steve Jobs did die because he was like trying to mince up apples to cure his cancer. But like,
right.
Sometimes it works and you don't know why. I think there was one right before the acupuncturist came in and like started stabbing with needles. He's like, hey, do I have to believe this for it to work? And she's like, no, I'm just dealing straight with your core system. She said like some proper word. It wasn't core system, but it was like
I've done acupuncture. Did you know that? And contrary
really?
To the hand motions you just did, like this, that's not. It's more like this.
Oh yeah, they're little baby needles.
They like open a sterile needle and then
ice picks.
Yeah, huh. It was more like meditative. We just kind of like sat. It was in Rhode Island, actually, of all places. Yeah, you just this guy. He was on a wheelie chair, like a wheelie stool, and there were like 8 people, kind of comatose, in the room, just vegging out under like blankets and in eye masks and stuff. And he would just kind of like wheel around the room in his stool and like feel you a little bit, and then based on your energy, like put in a few more needles and then roll away. And I remember where he put a needle in, it got like very warm. Could be placebo. Felt like maybe there was a circulatory thing going on. Circulatory system, blood and whatnot. So, but yeah, that's all I got on that.
Not all snake oil.
No.
Is snake oil.
No.
I mean, who knows? But yeah, so dude, if you couldn't tell, learning a lot of things from Steve Jobs and his little posse.
Like iOS.
Really like iOS.
Like GUIs.
Stylus. Yeah, well, you tried to pitch the stylus yesterday, and I'm like, dude,
the brain
talking
blast.
to Steve, dude. Because Steve had this in one of the interviews they're talking about. Steve, he went to dinner with some guy from Microsoft back in the day, and the Microsoft guy was just pissing him off because he's like, dude, we're gonna slap you around. Like our new phone has a little stylus, like you can write on the go, you can get the little keyboard, you can punch away. And Steve came in and he's just freaking out, swearing. He's like, fuck Microsoft. Like, stylus is the dumbest thing you ever had because you lose it all the time. And then you got to be like fumbling around with 2 hands anytime you want to use the phone. It's dumb. And you tried to come in and pitch the stylus yesterday, which is also dumb because you should get a job at Microsoft.
I'm reading Bill Gates' autobiography too. Maybe that's why I pitched it. But didn't Steve Jobs famously say that we're born with 10 styli right here? It's like, why do you need another? You got 10.
Right. And then we didn't even get to like the cost of ship. You're like, dude, when you download the app, we send you a stylus. And it's like, how cool would that be? And it's like, dude, an Apple Pencil is like $100, and you're gonna do it smaller than that, dude. No, but I love ideas. So it's really good that you're thinking.
Should we talk about V1 of Brain Blast draw mode?
Draw mode? Did we talk about that yesterday?
No, it dropped after the pod, I think.
Oh, hell yeah.
And also, dude, there's no congruency between pods. I mean, whatever happened yesterday happened yesterday.
Well, we didn't know it was going to happen, apparently. But, yeah, how'd it go, dude?
Oh! Turns it right back. Okay, well, so talk about congruency. I think yesterday on the pod, you had kind of spent all night rabbit holing. Honestly, the better part of a week rabbit holing, right, around this problem of if we can't make drawing or like using a pencil in the Brain Blast app to do SAT math problems better than a pencil and paper in real life, we're not there. We're failing.
At least that's good.
At least as good. Okay.
Could be better.
And we were confident we could do it because you kind of hacked together this testing that we were doing in person a week ago, where we would like take a photo of a math problem on Snapchat, use Snapchat's marker and write all over it. And you and I were going heads up, like you on pencil and paper, me on Snapchat red marker. Had no bearing on who won.
Right. Well, to be honest, we didn't really get to test hard problems because we couldn't do a single one of them.
There were about 2 out of 80 that we could do, and writing on the screen had no disadvantage.
Yeah, it's actually interesting. We came to the conclusion like if you have a pencil or a pen, you actually want to use it. And really, a lot of these problems, you just got to think about it. Like it hurts you to just start writing random shit. You should just think about it before you do anything. It's kind of like you're playing charades or something. And it's like before you give a hint or draw it. I don't know how charades works, but I just know the term. You should think about what you're gonna say.
Well, you shouldn't say anything.
Charade? I don't know what charades is actually. What is
charades? Is miming.
Is when you act. Okay. Well, yeah. Fishbowl. Charades. Similar. You should just like think about what you're gonna do before you do it. Just take like a couple seconds, and when you have the pencil, you kind of instinctually just start writing, which ends up costing you time. It's actually better to have some friction there.
Yes. And so you're rabbit holing on this problem for like a week, come up with a really elegant solution, and we toss it over to Big J. And Big J is the lead engineer, the only engineer, actually, founding engineer, some might say, that we have on the team. And you just said like, hey, Jay, Big J, here is the problem. His name's Jared.
Not
Big.
Jay.
Not
It's
Jay.
a letter. It's a letter, Jay.
Here's the problem. Here's what we want to be able to do on these hard math problems on the game. I don't really have an elegant solution. Good night and good luck. And Jared's like, aye, Captain. I can do this. Put me in, coach. So, we yap all day and we talk on the pod and we mosey around. And Big J pushes an update. Actually, I think he sent us a video and it knocked my socks off. I don't know how I'm going to do this for the pod because we don't do any B-roll of any sort.
I've been putting some B-roll.
Oh, yeah?
It's uploaded.
So, have a question? Boom. We're drawing, dude.
You're drawing.
Yeah, and for the audio listeners, of which there are 10, go on YouTube and watch me draw on this prototype of the Brain Blast app. You want to see trash? Boom.
No, it's gone.
Yeah. No, so... yeah, Jared whipped this up in a day, which is really freaking incredible. Knocked all of our socks off. And I don't really... wow, look at that. It's really hard to do in reverse here. And we used it a few times. Oh, maybe those are the B-rolls we can run. Us actually using it. Like I would draw a square and I'd go like this and I'd do that. And then boom. Wait, I'll show this. And you're doing a math problem on your phone. And then you just, boop, and you select the answer. And I'm like, this is pretty good.
And you made an infinite canvas there. So if you want more space, you can.
Which was actually, you did a funny, that was like your big kind of concern for the better part of a week was like, what are we going to do when you need more space to write? And it was kind of funny because you were doing an on-the-fly review of this feature that Jared pushed. And you were running out of space and you just used your 2 fingers to shift over and you kind of surprised yourself. And you're like, oh, that was actually really easy. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But you're Steve Jobs.
But
dude.
then,
you're Steve Jobs.
I also see like my friend, he briefly tried to use it and he didn't know the 2-finger scroll thing, which I don't know, for me, it was intuitive. Maybe, I don't know for you. But like he was using 2 hands with 2 fingers to do it. And so it just looked chimichanga. And I'm like, that's kind of tricky. So I don't know if we'll end up doing this auto scroll thing that I was talking about yesterday, where it's like you get close to the edge and then it automatically shifts the screen over, bumps it over, however it does it. But for V1, totally good enough. So we just got some final tweaks on that puppy just to kind of take some principles from video stuff, which is interesting. We call it like one world, where you don't want, or we don't want too much stuff to happen between scenes. Like ideally it transitions super smoothly. Like they have like match cuts and fucking list of one different ways of transitioning. Like if you ever watch an Old Spice commercial, I reference that a lot, where it's like the guy on the horse and just the background's changing, but like you can kind of follow him easily. Same thing here with the app. Like when you hit draw, it'd bring you to a whole nother screen versus like my feedback, which is kind of the final feedback for V1 is, can we just have the same screen and it just everything bumps up so you get canvas to right below it? Maybe hard to visualize, but like you want the minimal amount of changes when you have something, so it's not like jarring, especially if you're under clock pressure for these questions. So super fun there. What's interesting again is just like figuring out
the priority of things,
build.
right? Right, because even last night, you're like, oh, okay, we got draw V1. I've got a bunch of changes because I think we can make it.
What was funny was we nailed that basically before. We're like, oh, this shit will probably take like a week or two to do. So let's just remove hard problems that would need pen and paper or whatever, and then we'll just be able to do. But he did this in like 5 hours. So we're like, oh, well,
and it works.
Add the hard problems back.
And it's good enough. And yeah, like this product development thing, what's so tricky is in my head, I'm like, okay, this feature is good enough. We can do problems in this draw feature. Therefore, leave it, bookmark it. Let's go work on 2 or 3 other things that are like still kind of fundamentally broken. Like our questions are super broken. There's kind of important bugs where things just like tweak out. You can't rematch a friend. Just like some core game things. But you're like, no, screw that. Like we have momentum on this draw thing. Let's just spend another day trying another version of it. And it's like both answers are right. But what do you do and when? And then like we talked about yesterday, there's just 2 million things that need to get done eventually. It's different and it's fun.
I remember listening to a lot of 37 Signals Basecamp guys, Jason Fried and David Heinemeier Hansen. They would talk about like whenever they disagree on things, it's just like whoever cares more just kind of gets their way. But they'd kind of talk about like disagreeing a lot. And I was always confused because I feel like we never disagreed for like 4 years. And then like the last year we've disagreed on a lot of things, especially like coming into building this. Granted, it's like a new endeavor and stuff, and we have different philosophies. But like I'm realizing why, because when you build an app or software, there are just a million decisions to make. And so there's a million things to disagree on. And it's like, what battles do you pick?
Right. When we were building service businesses or doing video, they're like service business is like one thing. It's like we said we could do a service and then we do it. It's like, what do we disagree on? Pricing? I guess we tinkered around with that for a long time.
But even video stuff, I don't think we disagree that.
Video stuff, and this is what I was going to get to. I think it's iterative. So we do have, I think we've had a lot of disagreements in video where you'd be like, dude, that sucked. Do this next time. Right. But like but software, you build once and you distribute it to scale kind of forever. And you're always updating. Right. But it's like getting it right does actually matter. Right. I think it's not as iterative as video.
Well, especially now, dude, as I'm turning into Steve Jobs, I'm like, so one thing with Apple, they're like, yeah, like customer feedback matters, but that matters for 1 to 10. 0 to 1 is just like the taste of the people creating it. And like, if they got bad taste, it's going to be a flop. But if they got good taste, it's going to be Apple. So like, they were just dog feeding, like using the product themselves the whole time. And that guided everything for when it's ready to launch. I kind of feel the same where like we use it enough. And if we take the SAT and stuff, like we should be able to tell this is just a banger product. Like when they had the iPhone, they're talking about how they used it internally and it was just pure magic. Like every time they used it, it was amazing. But when they first launched it, it was actually kind of like lukewarm response. because there'd be blog posts about like, oh, it takes 6 clicks to get into the mail app and send an email. And like, oh, it's so much faster on the Crackberry, the like BlackBerry. But they're like, dude, we're not talking about the same thing. Like that doesn't matter. We just invented this whole new way to do something. Like it doesn't matter that email takes shorter because you can fucking surf the web in like touchscreen. So just kind of similar of like, I'm even more probably perfectionist leaning now. Where like, damn, I think we could nail a really good product just testing ourselves internally. And so then I have like, well, when we're building, because we talked about like, okay, we want to have a predictive SAT score, and then like you want to have maybe a progression system, so you like care about it long term, but maybe that's the predictive SAT. But then maybe there's like 2 big game modes, like solo, so you can just play by yourself, do a bunch of problems, and there's like live, like heads up play against someone. And it's like, do we build all of that before we launch? Like on the spectrum of Steve Jobs launching the iPhone, like, do you just do the Snapchat async, or do you add solo, or do you add solo and the sync? It's like, I don't really know, but at the same time, I kind of like don't want to add things before we perfect one of them, because I think those other things can sometimes be crutches. So it's a tricky bink.
Yeah. And our plan was to like build a functioning thing, a fully functioning kind of core game, and then release to like one high school, and just see like, does this thing get passed around? Are people inviting their friends? How many active games do they have? Stuff like that. But that gets to your market feedback point. It's like, who cares? But maybe we do that and then see, and then decide on like those 2 other game modes you're talking about.
The one thing so those 2 game modes are both trying to solve one of the main problems with the game now is, unless you have a bunch of friends that are actively playing, you can't play all the time. Like any app, like you go on Instagram, you can scroll forever, like, never ending. But here it's like you send a game to somebody and they don't respond, like you got nothing to do on the app, so you just get out of it. Whereas it'd be nice to have something to do if you still, like, you already opened the app, we got you engaged, but if you have nothing to do, you're just gonna leave. It's like, oh, that's so wasted. So that should be filled with something. And then it's like, what is that thing?
It's probably solo.
Do we build that?
This is what I was telling you yesterday. So GeoGuessr it started as a solo game. I think EthnoGuessr is that popular one now too, right? Like that's probably solo. But you're just picking locations on the map yourself. Then they introduced async. Then, because I think you need a critical mass of people, it's like a Call of Duty lobby. Do you remember like when the games would get retired, and then the multiplayer lobbies, you just like couldn't fill them. You'd be waiting in a lobby for like 40 minutes. It's like that. So that's sync. That's synchronized play. And so I think we could probably make a great product with solo and our current thing, which is async, playing math problems against your friends.
Yeah.
And then sync, I mean, you need a huge network for that to work really well.
And that's probably like the most difficult back-end wise.
Real time, all that jazz. So it's probably solo.
Yeah.
I will say, I know you want us to use the app and actually like go take an SAT, get our baseline score without doing any studying, just use the app, then take an SAT again. Dude, I'm already learning on the app. I know how to do radians again. I know to convert.
I know 2 pi radians is a full circle.
Oh, I didn't know that. But just like whether or not you multiply by 180 over pi, or to go the other way, pi over 180, that's how you convert to radians. And so the reason that works is because, right, I got a problem in the Brain Blast game that said like, you have this number, you have these, what the fuck is it? Here's radians, dude. What is it in degrees? And the first time, right, you're like sweating bullets. I'm like, I don't know how to do that, which gets into something else we need to build. But I'm like, I don't know how to do that. So I just select a wrong answer. And then I view the explanation. It's like, oh, just multiply by 180 over pi to convert it. never get that problem wrong again. Like, that is our core hypothesis for why this is the method of learning. Try a problem, struggle with it, get it wrong, learn how to do it right, then you know better how to actually do it.
Dude, the thing is, you're going to be a real threat when you actually use the game and do mediums and hard problems, because you crush easy problems.
What do you mean,
Like,
I'm going to be a threat?
Something about your synapses, dude, they fire, dude. They fire. I'll get like the fastest answer to a question possible, and you beat me by half the. I mean, it'll be like I'll get 4 seconds and you'll get like 2.8, and I'm like, dude, how do you even read the answer choices in 2.8?
Yeah.
Never mind, look at the question and solve it. So, dude, I'm just saying, you got a lot of potential for the SAT and whatever college you go to.
Garden! Thanks, dude. Mwah.